this is going to be your April reading, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's general. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Please check out your other signs. Check out any of the other videos that we have on the channel. I've started doing the real shit randoms again, and I've also started doing the dailies again. So we are back in full effect, at least for the time being. Yeah, also feel free to come back to these messages at a later date. Sometimes they don't resonate for, months or even years out. And sometimes they resonate in an entirely different way and hold an entirely different meaning when you come back and watch them as well. Also, as always, the energies are interchangeable. So it could be the energy of you specifically, or it could be the energy of someone that you are heavily connected to or dealing with, okay? So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and if it doesn't resonate with you at all, that's okay too. Again, check out your other signs as they continue to be loaded. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of April. I started to say June for you, Libra. Interesting. The scarab beetle, what is unregarded or discarded holds a secret, a seed of creation. It's interesting because I suddenly my vision went a little blurry. I'm having a little bit of trouble reading that. Actually, you can hear me stumbling reading like a 5-year-old for whatever reason. Let's try that again. Scarab beetle. What is unregarded or disregarded holds a secret, a seed of creation. I feel like you're having trouble facing this, Libra. You're either having trouble facing it or decoding it, one or the other. Like suddenly I couldn't see very clear. My vision went blurry and I couldn't read it that well. I felt like I was having trouble. Like I know those words. I can read those words, and yet I can't form the words. Really interesting how that came out. So it could be something that's hard for you to face. It could be something that is hard for you to see as it is. Could be something that you're having a little bit of trouble deciphering there. Just be careful to throw away things on a whim. Be careful to just be so quick to toss it out. Okay, it may hold secrets for you to the seed of any type of creation. This could be, creation is all kinds. If you're starting a business, if you're creating a bond in a relationship or a connection, if you're creating actual humans, as in children, if you are just a creative person, whatever it is. And also if you are, some of you or seriously are on this path or this sort of mission to find the answer to life, whatever that is for you. Interesting. Baboon. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. Okay, so like I said, even if you're trying to create a relationship, okay, I do feel like there's some honest conversations that needs to happen here in the month of April and possibly even through June or in June. And maybe this is something that you're building up to. See how they're like balling up that. I think it's poop, but it could be dirt, but I think it's poop. Anyway. Do you know I just found out that, I don't know why I'm telling you this, I just found out the June bug is part of the scarab family. I didn't know that. I have a whole new respect for the June bug. I still don't like it. I still will probably lose my shit and run from it. But yeah, I just found that out. And also I found out that they come in this beautiful emerald green that's really not seen here where I live too much. It's actually very rare to be seen here, but it's so beautiful nonetheless. And also that particular June bug, part of the scarab family, is actually seen during the day, whereas the ones that we have here are huge. They're dumb, they're clumsy, they will fly in your ear, they will land on your face. They often go belly up because they just hit things. They don't even know how to land, and they're always around at night. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's just very interesting to me. Anyway, so yeah. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. So really important to show yourself, show who you are, be honest, have these honest conversations. If you feel really passionate about it, if you feel really strongly about it, whatever it may be in your situation, Libra, then you need to let that be known. You need to let that be heard. I'm also I'm told to tell some of you there's a difference between letting your true passion and feelings for a situation or something or a person or whatever be known, and then hammering it in and being persistent to the point of annoyance or nagging. So hopefully that's maybe just for one of you, but anyway. The Llama. Let courage lead you to seek support and overcome a fear of intimacy. Interesting how you get all of these kind of back to back. Let courage lead you to seek support and overcome a fear of intimacy. So you very well may have a fear of having these honest conversations. You may have a fear of putting yourself out there and letting someone know how passionate you are about a certain thing, or about even the love that you hold for them. You know, if you're a creative person and you have a real passion for, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I just like really rammed the table there. If you have a passion for, let's say, writing or music or something, and something comes up, let's say you work for an agency, or, you know, someone stumbles upon you and you run into somebody, let's say you just happen to run into somebody that has big connections, you may be scared to tell them, hey, you know what, that's one of my favorite things to do. I always dreamed of being that, you know, writing for this magazine or editing this newspaper, whatever it may be, you know. If you have a passion for the arts, you know, I'm seeing someone like on this large stage in theater. It's like, yeah, like actually, like it looks similar to Broadway, actually. I'm hearing, yeah, one step up, or yeah, like Broadway would be one step up from whatever this is that they're showing me. And you honestly have a problem or a fear of telling someone or even showing someone that intimate side of yourself. Maybe it's something that you fear you'll be judged on. I'm not really sure. Or maybe you feel like you'll be a failure. So you're just so quick to toss it away, but that's what holds the secret. Some of you, I'm feeling like, are very much lost. Not, well, maybe, yeah. Having trouble standing on your own 2 feet, not in a way of like providing yourself with a life and money and stuff like that, but really finding your groove of why are you here? What is your true purpose? What is your path? What are you supposed to be doing? What are you most happy doing? Some of you maybe, I'm feeling, having trouble kind of settling into that, and I really feel like it has to do with kind of just throwing things out, disregarding it, like, oh, I could never do that. That's just a hobby. Like I could never, you know, be a great artist or be published. I just like to doodle. You know, it's very much like just quick to kind of toss it to the side. Okay. So yeah, there's that. It's interesting, like I keep going back to the support of this llama. Like, let courage lead you to seek support and overcome a fear of intimacy. Yeah, I feel like there are people around you that support you. I feel like you'd have more support of whatever this is. Like maybe there's, you know, again, maybe there's some type of a passion or some sort of something that you hold near and dear. It's a very intimate part of yourself. To allow people to see this portion of you is to allow them into your most intimate being, as you feel it, as I feel you feel it anyway. But I think you'll find that you have a lot more support than you think. And if not, perhaps there's something telling you that, you know, you need to maybe get rid of some of those people, or go towards people and support systems, you know, that do kind of have your back and lift you up. I think it's scary because if you're gonna show that level of passion, and you're gonna show that very like deepest intimate side of yourself, you're going to have to become somewhat vulnerable. And that's very scary. So, I mean, understandable, totally understandable. There's a lot, like, this is all blue and green. This is all blue and green. So it's a lot, you know, about voicing what is really in your heart, what you really want to do with your life, who you really want to spend the rest of your life with. Whatever this is, it is something or someone that you hold near and dear, I mean, to the core of your heart. And it's about voicing that and letting that be known, which is displaying vulnerability. And let's be honest, it's a scary thing. Nobody wants to display that or show that level because they think it's weakness. And in a way, I guess it definitely shows people your weakness. I mean, they could definitely weaponize anything, but I mean, that's with anything. So yeah, I feel like you're trying to work through that fear. I don't know if you're going to, but I sure hope you do. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine timing. Yeah, I feel like you think or feel like you're going to be, I don't know why I get the feeling some of you have recently ran into somebody, whether this is for a new relationship, like everything just sparked and clicked, or if it is a like romantic relationship, or if it is a different type of relationship, like a partnership, like if you sparked and clicked or somehow met someone who has connections. I keep feeling like this is heavily, heavily connected, whether you and this person are heavily connected, like on a soulmate level, and there's a, you know, sort of a romantic, romantic feelings that are sparking, or this person is heavily connected and has connections that would bring you further in what you feel most connected to. But the connection keeps coming through, and it is very divine. Whatever has happened is very divine. Perhaps there's another reason that you're scared here. Perhaps you have tried to do this in the past and failed, or didn't go as far as you wanted, as quick as you wanted. Okay, but accept that everything happens in divine order and timing. So be patient. I mean, just because it wasn't time then doesn't mean it isn't time now. Okay. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Yeah. You know, Scorpio got a similar energy. Now it came through a little bit different, but it was this constant battle of envy within self. So being a bit envious of others that had come across, you know, their success in life by a much shadier way, you know. So it came through for Scorpio, like being envious because how can I work so hard and be so, you know, honest and whatever, and get nowhere, and yet you're slimy, you're sneaky, you're whatever, you don't work near as hard, you do the bare minimum, and you are successful. And it's coming, this is kind of coming out for you a little bit like that. Like it is your time to shine. It is, you are, things are in order, that it is all of a divine nature. And you need to understand that everyone has their own unique path, and challenges, and that their path isn't your path. Maybe it just wasn't your time, but it is now, for whatever it is. For those of you that think like, you know, you're just always going to be alone, you're always going to be single. No, it just wasn't your time. Like maybe you needed time alone. Maybe you had some karma to clear up. Maybe any number of, you know, 1,000 things we could think of as to why, but it's definitely coming. Okay. Whatever it is, whether it's a career, a degree, a relationship, a passion. I keep getting arts with you. Yeah, I keep getting arts with you. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Absolutely. And I think, honestly, part of that, a large part of that, is going to start with you having these honest conversations with the ones you hold closest to you, and allowing, because here's the thing, It doesn't matter what the relationship is, whether it's friends, family, romantic, it doesn't really matter. When you hold these people near and dear to you, and you want to make these connections long standing and as strong as they can be, when you are blocking pieces of yourself out, you're blocking parts of your heart out. Because whatever this is, you feel very, very passionate about. And so when you're blocking those passions out, when you won't allow people to see those parts of you, how close to you can they really be? So part of your freedom to create your own happiness and part of setting yourself free is to allow this to be seen, because it is so beautiful. I'm hearing a diamond in the rough. So it may not be as polished as you would like it to be, but I feel like the only way to get it that polished is to set it free. It's like it's been sitting, whatever it is, whether it's your actual heart, for love, for relationship, or your love for the arts, or your whatever, your passions. It's like they've been sitting over there, rusting is how it's like just been sitting in this box rusting. It hasn't been treated properly, like it hasn't been like oiled down properly. It hasn't been cleaned. It hasn't been dusted. It's been sitting out in the weather. It hasn't been protected in any way. It's just been sitting over there, rusting. Now that doesn't mean you can't pull it out, pick it up, clean it off, polish it down, and make it shiny, bright, and new is how it's wanting to come through. Absolutely. And I'm hearing, yeah, there's something to be said for those relics. It's wanting to come through like that for some reason. There's something to be said for those old relics. Okay, it's like they're telling me, it's like they're showing me these antiques, like these artifacts. It's like you can't get that anymore. They're saying like they don't make them like that anymore. So whatever you have is obviously so very authentic, Libra. At least how it's coming through in this energy. And again, it's could be resonating on any number of levels for you, but it is so very authentic that it deserves to be shown attention. It deserves to be shared. You deserve to enjoy that side of you, and you deserve to have someone appreciate, or even several someones, an audience, even maybe the world for some of you. You deserve for other people to appreciate that, and they deserve it too. So very, very interesting read so far. Very beautiful. Okay, let's get on into the tarot part of this. Some of you literally create masterpieces out of trash. This is so much like, so on a literal level of one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like I'm seeing someone dumpster dive and pick up like weird scrap pieces of metal and sheetrock and garbage bags, and they're making these like huge masterpieces of art. It's like, I can't even think of what it's called, like living art. Interesting. The Five of Cups in the reverse position. It is coming over the Temperance. We're not going to take this stack. You've got the Queen of Pentacles at the end there, but we're not going to take it. So the Five of Cups in the reverse position, again, we have this, coming under this scarab. It's like, yeah, don't be so quick to throw things away. Also, Libra, don't be so quick to think or believe that you're being thrown away or tossed to the side as well. The Five of Cups is, in the reverse position, it's, well, the opposite of what it is in the upright position, basically. It's a time of mourning. It's a time of grief. It's all of these things. It's a time of loss. It's paying attention over here so you don't see what you actually have. It's not being able to see your blessings because you're just so focused on your loss. Well, it's in the reverse position. So it's the opposite of all of that. Sometimes here, yeah. And so it's like you're not just being thrown away. You can't, like I said, it feels like someone thinks like they're never going to have this. They're never going to have that. They're never going to be that. They're never going to, get to experience that. Not the case. Not the case at all. You absolutely are. Knight of Cups. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. Let it be known how you feel. Make the offer. Make the proposal. Extend yourself to others. If you have a beautiful singing voice, but no one's ever heard you sing, and you can't sing in front of people, how do you expect to ever get noticed? If you have been secretly in love with your best friend for the last 20 years and you have never spoken up, and you have never put yourself out there, and you have never let it be known, don't be mad when that person, decides to marry another because they're not putting their life on hold for you. Like, how could you expect people to know these things about you if they are so hidden, if you're not willing to show that side of yourself? Do it. Make the offer. Extend yourself. And also, though, for many of you, allow yourself to accept the offer, because I continue to go back to like the connections of running into someone who has connections. Just, sort of, a seemingly a serendipitous encounter with someone who has the power to make things happen. The Three of Swords in the reverse position. What did I say about the vulnerability? Okay. Let courage lead you to seek support and overcome the fear of intimacy. I can't tell you that you're not going to get your heart broken, but I can tell you that it's okay to show that vulnerable side. It's okay to put your heart out there, to be vulnerable and still protect it. You can still protect your heart, and you don't have to be, there's a difference of like being all in and not giving a shit what happens. Like, I'm just going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to love you to the fullest. I'm going to put all my passion in. I'm going to put all of my work out here, whatever it is. And I don't care if I get hurt. That's a little bit reckless. I think we all do it, but it's a little bit reckless. But there is a way to show at least some level of vulnerability and show these intimate sides of yourself and tell people how you really feel without completely protecting your heart. Or I'm sorry, there's a way to do it without completely making your heart, without leaving it just completely unprotected. You can protect it and show it at the same time. Look, the Temperance ended up coming out again, and then you come out in your own reading, Libra. Justice card right here. Okay, so this is a crazy path and journey of healing for you, of taking things in moderation. Some of you have actually been self-medicating and making things numb and tossing ideas away. Some of you get your best ideas when you're in those self-medicated states. Now, I'm not condoning or condemning. I'm just saying I'm seeing someone like, doing a little extracurricular mind-altering activity and thinking something that's borderline genius, if not genius, and then looking at themselves and kind of laughing. They're giggling and they're like, I'm so stoned, but like, no, yes, but no. Like, that's actually genius. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you've been so quick to disregard and discredit yourself. And I feel like you're really onto something, Libra, but you have to allow yourself to, go into it. Okay. And then you have the Temperance here. I apologize for that shine, y'all. yeah, this is this. So yeah, so there is some a level of moderation, but I feel like you're fine. I feel like you're healing. I feel like you're, at least trying to do the work. You're at least entertaining the thought of balance and truth. I mean, you've got honesty here. You've got honesty here. You've got the two. So I do see two of swords in the reverse position, judgment in the reverse position. You got judgment here. You got judgment here. You got the Empress under here. So I do see that you are not in the space that you need to be in. I still see you procrastinating and sort of making excuses. Again, this is being done out of fear, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. Everybody does it. As long as we're working to get out of it. And I do see that. I see you wanting to be on top. I see you having everything that you need to have in order to be abundant. I mean, you've got the Empress here. It's the most creative card in the tarot deck. It is the mother of creation. Okay, and you got creation over here. You got creation, love, judgment, balance, passion, and extending yourself all throughout this reading. I absolutely love it. The only thing standing in your way, Libra, is you. And I think that's going to be the title of this reading. I love you so much. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. Thank you for all of your support, and I will see you next time.